So, Rigathi Gachagua held a press conference today, and honestly, he talked about a lot of things regarding the upcoming Kalou by-election. He started by hitting out at the IEBC over its warning that the election could be postponed if certain conditions are not met. He said that the people of Kalou deserve to vote on the scheduled date, and that there should be no excuses. Then he made some pretty serious allegations. He claimed that Ruto government has already spent close to 1 billion Kenyan shillings trying to influence voters in Kalou. I mean, like, to monitor my empowerment, kunadi bot ilipelekwa huko, bro. Things are really, really crazy over there. He didn't stop there. He also added that the government bought 80 million Kenya shillings house in Karen for IBC chairperson Erastus Edang Ethekon. Bro, crazy stuff. Those are huge claims, and I'm sure they'll be debated for the next few days. But that's actually not what caught my attention. There was one moment during that press conference that really made me pause. At some point, Gachagua turned his attention to the opposition. He specifically mentioned Edwin Sifuna, Irung Kangata, and the entire Linda Mwananchi team, telling them waache kiherehere. In simple terms, he was basically saying to them, stay away from Kalou. Kalou is mine. Leave this election to us. Now, when I heard that, I was not shocked. Honestly, not even a little. Because if you are paying attention to Rigathi Gachagua, or if you have been paying attention to Rigathi Gachagua ever since he left office as deputy president, you will notice something interesting. Almost everything he does politically revolves around one thing. Can you guess? Let's talk in the comments. Being seen as the man of the mountain, the kingpin of the Murima. His biggest political asset is not a government position anymore. It's not even about winning the Kalou parliamentary seat. It's the belief that if you're talking about Mount Kenya politics, then Rigathi Gachagua is the person you have to go through. That image is incredibly important to him. In fact, I'd argue with you, it's the foundation of his entire political career today. And that's why I don't think this was really about Edwin Sifuna. I don't even think it was about Irungu Kangata. I think it was about Linda Mwananchi. Think about it for a second. Right now, Linda Mwananchi is one of the fastest growing political movement in the country. Whether you support it or not, you cannot deny it's attracting attention. Every rally seems to dominate political conversation. Every stop creates headlines. More and more people are talking about it. Now imagine that movement deciding to hold a major rally in Kalou. Not just anywhere. Kalou, a place many people consider part of Gachagua's political backyard. You can probably see where I'm going with this. If Linda Mwananchi went there in Kalou, held a massive rally, and managed to influence the political conversation, people will start asking uncomfortable questions. If Gachagua is the undisputed kingpin of Mount Kenya, why is another opposition movement drawing crowds in his own backyard? Politics is funny. Sometimes it's not about who wins the election. It's about who controls the narrative afterward. Even if Gachagua preferred candidate won, Linda Mwananchi could still claim a political victory simply by showing that it can mobilize people in Mount Kenya. And that's where I think Gachagua sees the danger. Because once another political movement starts gaining influence in the region, the idea that he is the only leader who speaks for Mount Kenya starts to weaken. That's why I don't think waache kiherehere was just a casual statement. To me, it sounded like someone protecting political territory. Almost like saying, this is my backyard. If you want to campaign here, you are stepping into my space. Whether that's the right strategy or not, it's a different conversation. But one thing is becoming clear. The Kalou by-election is no longer just about electing a member of parliament. It's quietly turning into a battle over who really commands political influence in Mount Kenya. And if that is what this election becomes, then the result will be about much more than just one parliamentary seat. It could shape the conversation about who leads the opposition in the region heading into the 2027. And if opposition starts to fight, if opposition members start to fight among themselves, who is winning this election in 2027? William Ruto? Let's talk in the comments, guys.